Many teams know how to report data, but not many of them know how to take their data and turn them into valuable insights. Hi, my name is Nikki, and welcome to Measuring Success. Today, we're going to be talking about measurement frameworks, what they are, why they're important, and how you can implement a measurement framework in your business. A measurement framework is a framework that helps you connect the dots between your business goals, your team's activities, and platform outputs. You can look at it as a common language, a way that a business approaches how they measure success versus just reporting back on numbers. So why does a measurement framework matter in your business? Well, without a framework, your data is living in silos. So your one team is going to see data, the other one's going to see different data. They might be working off of different dashboards, and you can have 10 dashboards that give you no clarity. Ultimately, siloed data means broken insights, disjointed activities, and ultimately lost revenue. Let's have a look at 5 steps on how you can implement a measurement framework, and then I will take you through a practical example. Step 1. The first important thing is to align your measurement within any department to a bit bigger business goal. Say you're a company and you want to acquire 1 million app subscribers within the next year. The business will have a acquisition objective or goal. They'll have a retention goal. They would probably have a lifetime value objective. So ensuring that your reporting is not one-dimensional. It is including a broader and a more overarching approach to how you report by including a business objective or goal into the mix. Number 2 is to be clear on the role that you play in helping the business achieve this objective. So if you are customer experience, as an example, your role in helping the business acquire and retain is to ensure that the user has a seamless onboarding and user experience when interacting with that. From there, you can define your KPIs that align with those objectives. You would have certain metrics you will measure to define success for, say, the acquisition objective versus the retention objective. Number 3 is to add historical data for depth. When you report and you report on this month's data and you have nothing to compare it to, it is a very one-dimensional approach to reporting. When you have historical data to compare today's data to, you're able to see whether you're doing better or worse. One of my biggest frustrations is sitting in reporting meetings where I'm just being played back what is sitting on the screen, saying we got X amount of clicks today or so many sales this month. But there's no so what. How many sales did we get last month compared to this month? How many conversions did we get this week to last week? Is this good or is it bad? Historical data as well as averages, industry averages, competitor benchmarks. Those are really important to add depth to your reporting and a good way to measure success. Number 4, really, really important, cross-function collaboration, cross-team collaboration. When you hold your data in a silo within your business unit, you have a single tunnel vision view of what it's telling you. The minute you step outside the silo, outside the lane, and you start comparing it with other data, you start adding different elements into what the challenges or what this data might be telling you, that is when real insights start coming to the fore. So taking your data, sitting together with teams who are also responsible for helping the business achieve that overarching objective, that is where you're going to come out with the most valuable insights that are going to help you move forward, make the right changes, and improve. And lastly, tailor your reporting to the person who is consuming it. If you are reporting back to an executive, they have more of a strategic and direct view of what they need. They don't need fluff. They don't need 20 slides. They need a clear, concise story of what is the problem? Why do you think it's a problem? How do we solve this problem? And what do you need from me? Depending on who you're reporting to, your measurement framework should always take that into consideration so that you're not creating reports that mean nothing and that are not actionable. Let's look at a practical example. Media is running a campaign for a product that can be taken up on the app, and they are seeing that over the past 2 months that the sales have started declining. They review their historical data. They can see that sales last year versus the sales the previous year were quite stable. And so it's not a seasonal thing. Looking at external factors, they see that the markets are pretty similar. There's not a lot of external factors that are contributing. So they rule that out. When sitting in a cross-team, cross-functional session, the sales team is also saying that they're seeing a decline in overall sales on the app as well. They approach the app team, and the feedback that they get from the app team is that actually the app went down for a few days within that month, and that could have been a contributing factor to the reduction in sales. So that's one option. Then they speak to the customer experience team, and the customer experience team says, oh, they changed up the onboarding flow and there's an additional screen that somebody has to go through. Then this also becomes a contributing factor into why the sales have possibly declined, and sales and media are both seeing this trend. By having historical data, you're able to compare previous weeks, months, and years to see whether or not the insights you're getting now are a once-off anomaly or it's a seasonal trend, and then collaborating with the rest of the teams to see, are there any changes? Are they seeing similar trends? The last step would be then taking all of this information and synthesizing it into data story that you can tell business so that you can propose the next steps. As an example, you could say, we found that the app was down. We found that the CX team made changes, and we propose that there be a new process put in place where marketing or media are alerted if the app is down, because then we can pause investment or pause spend, because there's no point in us pushing product that nobody can go and buy if the app is down. And also that CX needs to come to us and let us know that they're implementing new steps within the journey, because that ultimately is going to affect media at the end of the day. So you can see how it all comes together. So that's one practical example. Another very important part of measurement frameworks is not only the framework itself, but it's also the metrics that you're measuring. Now, you can have a robust framework, but if you are not able to measure the metrics that matter, then it kind of falls flat, because you need to understand behavior in order to make changes. So if you are trying to measure retention, you need to be able to track retention metrics. If you are trying to measure return on marketing investment, you need the metrics to be able to measure return on marketing investment. It's very important that you have a measurement framework, but it's also important that you can track the metrics you need to achieve the business goals that you are trying to achieve. So to wrap up, measurement frameworks help you align your data and your teams and your strategy. It is a way for you to be able to bring insights together quicker, and for you to be able to react and make the right changes so that you can stay competitive in the market. If you would like to start building your own measurement framework, I've included a measurement framework template that you can use and download. I really hope that this was a valuable video for you. When I have implemented measurement frameworks within the businesses and with the clients that I work for, it has made a phenomenal difference in terms of being able to get valuable insights and not just having executives or specialists sitting at the table saying, this is the data, this is the report, great, but so what? And it's really helped fast track the iteration of not only better performing campaigns, more optimized products and services, but holistically just getting teams to work together a lot better as well. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Measuring Success. My name is Nikki. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, or follow if you enjoyed the video. And I would love to hear your opinions, your thoughts, and your experience when it comes to measurement and where you might be finding gaps in your reporting frameworks. And if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments or DM me on LinkedIn, and I would be happy to answer. See you in the next video of Measuring Success.